Austin, you guys are a win away from the championship game. What's the biggest focus heading into the semifinal?
Yeah, I think we've bounced back well after a loss all year. Showed it in the finals too, losing that first game to Oshawa. So I think we'll come out hungry. I think the key for us just play our game. It's when we're playing our game, we're tough to beat. So
You joined this team partway through the year, but they've been so hyper focused on getting back to the Memorial Cup final. How much is that, kind of brushed off on you?
yeah, every guy that was here last year, you can tell they wanted to come back and win it all this year. So that's definitely been the focus, from the coaching staff to the guys returning from last year. It's been their goal, our goal all year. So we're gonna accomplish that.
What do you think of the goaltending this tournament?
Yeah, it's been really good. Every game's been super tight. It's pretty stingy defense out there as well. So it's been pretty low scoring for the most part, and so it's been a good defensive tournament.
If you rewind to the start of the season, you're in a different league,
Yeah.
and then someone had told you then that you'd be here at the Memorial Cup playing for the London Knights. What would you have said?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how it's worked out for me. If someone told me that, it'd be pretty hard to believe. So I'm super fortunate for how stuff's worked out for me.
Did that light like a fire under you?
Yeah.
Go through the
Yeah.
WHL like that?
Yeah, I've experienced a couple setbacks in my career. I've sort of always tried to use it as fire, try to, use it as, encouragement to try and get better, try to prove people wrong.
What are some of those other setbacks?
Yeah, been cut from teams in the past, like midget teams or bantam teams, stuff like that, or, not making the WHL when I was 16, stuff like that. So just sort of always use stuff like that as fuel.
And I guess going through that and then signing with the Knights, or joining the Knights,
Yeah.
what was how pumped were you, or was there hesitation to move across the country and
No, I got a couple, calls from teams in the queue. But when London came calling, even out west, you hear about how good of an organization it is. You see all the winning they've had in the past. So, I was obviously super pumped when they came calling. It was a no-brainer. Come here.
Even though you guys are focused mostly on yourself, just what did you learn from the Wildcats in that one game?
Yeah, they're good. They obviously won their league for a reason. They were good all year. It was a tight game. They definitely pushed us. I think we expect it to be another tight game tomorrow.
Does Rob Simpson come to you for goaltending pointers, or is he beyond help at this point?
He hasn't asked me for any pointers. I think he's sort of on his own page there, but it's working out, I guess. He definitely helps relieve some of the stress off of me and Meds out there, giving us a little bit of a rest. I'm sure he's having fun out there.
You gotta appreciate him coming back every day.
Oh yeah. It's I definitely wouldn't be doing that at that age. I think once I'm done my career, I won't put the pads on again. So
Never again.
no, props to him.
Okay, thanks.
just a word on the guys in front of you. You talked about the great organization, but also you joined such a stacked team.
Yeah.
What's that like playing with such a good team in front of you? It also leads to maybe you don't face that many shots some nights. What's that experience been like?
Yeah, it's obviously got a great group in front of me, which helps a lot. More so during the regular season when we play a weaker team, you can go long stretches without a shot. I guess sometimes even into the playoffs, you'd go stretches without a shot. So I think I've definitely gotten better with that side of the game, like the mental side, staying dialed, that sort of thing. When you're going long stretches without a shot, so it could definitely be challenging sometimes, but I think it's made me better.
You talk to your posts or something?
I got some stuff I'll say to myself in my head just to stay focused.
You've talked about once your career is over, you won't put the pad back on. But aside from hockey skills, what have you learned from those years in junior?
I think just what it takes to be a pro. You see, we have a pro-like schedule in the CHL, so just what it takes to be good on the ice every day. Taking care of your body. Off the ice is a huge part of it, and then I think just building and making myself better as a person too. I think lots of guys move away from home at a young age and sort of transition into being a young adult. So I think I've learned a lot of stuff throughout my junior career.
For example, what you say learn as a person, but what
Yeah.
qualities have you learned
Yeah,
along the
I mean,
way?
yeah, you sort of gotta learn how to look after yourself. Eat good food. Make sure your sleep schedule's good. So I think there's a variety of things that you learn throughout playing junior hockey that definitely helps.
Thanks.
Easton, you guys get another chance to move on to the final, playing Moncton again. What do you guys remember and learn from your first meeting against them?
Yeah, we know they're a good team. They play good systems and they play fast. So we just got to play our systems, play fast, play good defense and it'll lead to offense and capitalize on our chances.
You guys have had some time off, but get a chance to play again before going to the final. Last year, you guys went straight to the final. Do you think maybe playing more hockey might be something that's not the worst thing in the world if it works out?
Possibly, but right now we're focused on tomorrow. We had a good practice today. Lots of people were scoring. We were capitalizing, in practice, and that translates to games. So we got to come out hot tomorrow, and we got to capitalize on our chances.
When you think of yourself personally, do you go back to things like remember the start of the OHL final, game 1? You had all kinds of chances, but they didn't go in. But then the next game, you bounced back. I think you said at the time that basically what you said there. Do you lean on stuff like that, or is it just moving forward?
Yeah, I look at that a bit, but for me, I feel like I'm creating, and I feel like I've had my chance. I've had my looks. Obviously, I only got an empty net goal, so I know I got to be better, and I got to do more. And so, just excited for another opportunity tomorrow, and I got to capitalize on my chances.
Okay, last year you knew it was the last game of the year when you're playing in Saginaw, but this year you're fighting to move on. How do you put aside that? You know how close this core group's been for many years. How do you put aside that, this, if you don't win, it's over kind of thing?
Yeah, obviously you don't want to think negative. We're trying to think positive here, and we know we got the capability to do it. So we got to come out hot tomorrow. We got to play a full 60, and we got to be ready for a good Moncton team.
What did you see offensively? Like, you guys are getting all kinds of chances, but what are you seeing? What needs to be more crisp?
Yeah, I think we only have 5-on-5 goals, so we just gotta get to the inside better. I feel like we did a pretty good job against Mad Hat, and I'm pretty sure in all the games we've played, we've outchanced them and outshot. So, the chances are there. We're getting the shots, and now we got to finish them.
I want to ask you a bit about Austin Elliott. I mean, how much did you know of him before he joined the team, or was it a completely new thing?
Yeah, he went to Leafs camp my first year, and then my good buddy Fraser Minton is good buddies with him, so kind of knew him through that, and it's been great to get to know him.
Did you know he was good?
Yeah, I shot him at Leafs camp, like I said, and he was super good and very calm in the net, so I knew he was going to be good for us.
I guess how massive has he been for your playoff run just all season?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, just super composed back there, and just an overage goalie, so he's got a bunch of experience, and he's helped us out a lot.
You spoke earlier about playing Moncton already in the tournament. Is there value into knowing a little bit your opponents, or are you so focused on yourself?
Yeah, it'll help them. It'll help us for sure. It'll probably help them playing us already. It'll help both teams, and it should be a good game. Lots of skill on both ends. 2 good coaches and 2 good teams. So it'll be an exciting match tomorrow.
You have experience in a tournament like this. Is it weird when it's the local team's not playing and in a game like this with the crowd maybe being quieter?
Yeah, it's a bit different, obviously. It's definitely quieter, and it doesn't, obviously you're in the Memorial Cup, but sometimes it's super quiet compared to the OHL playoffs. So it's definitely different, but you just got to adapt to that.
Do you have to generate your own energy in that way? That we see you guys on the bench slapping the sticks and everything?
No, we got a bunch of guys on our team. Everyone on our team creates energy, and everyone plays their roles. So you're also playing in the Memorial Cup, so that does it for you.
When you guys play away from London, I think you guys are used to kind of being, the not-so-favorite team of the OHL. With Moncton being the team that knocked out the host Rimouski, do you guys expect to have a little bit of, hometown support tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about that, I guess, maybe, but we got a bunch of London Knights fans that sit over there, so we'll be just fine.
Denver, you guys are headed off to the semifinal. Just, now that you guys know it's Moncton, what's the biggest focus heading into tomorrow?
I think just executing our game plan, sticking to our game and just showing up ready to play from the drop of the puck until, the game's over. Got to have a consistent 60-minute effort, and I think we'll be good.
You guys only knew stuff about them from video, but have now had a chance to play them. What did you guys, learn about that team in that one game?
Yeah, I know they're fast and they play well in all three zones. They play good defense, and then they got offensive power that they can score goals at ease. So making sure we're good in our D zone and kind of transitioning from there.
When both teams want to impose themselves, how do you get it done?
I think we just got to trust, the game plan that we have in place, and trust the guys on our bench and our staff. They put a game plan in for us, and we got to be ready to execute it. And I think we've had a strong year all year, and we've responded from losses really well. So making sure we're ready to go from the drop of the puck, and just giving it our all every shift.
Both teams are playing away, basically.
Yeah.
What do you expect from the crowd, and do you feel that you need to, maybe create your own energy a little bit in an environment like that?
Yeah, obviously it's tough not being on home ice. The crowd's not necessarily getting loud for you all the time, so you kind of got to find, like you said, your own energy on the bench, and hopefully there's some London fans that we can hear screaming that'll give us that extra boost.
What's Austin Elliott like? Is he like the typical weird goalie, or what's...
No, he's awesome. He's a great guy. None of us knew really much about him coming over here, and then came to London. He fit in with our group really well. Super relaxed guy. Shows up to the rink every day, smile on his face. He brings a calm presence, but great guy. Loves to have fun. Loves to talk with the guys.
Were you surprised just by how good he was? Like, this guy went through no one took him in the WHL, passed on by a whole league, and then. Yes, that's super.
Yeah, it's wild. We kind of looked at his stats a bit. That was kind of all we could go off of, and he had some good stats from years before, but we had no clue what he was going to bring to us. And when he came over here, I remember our first practice, everyone was kind of like, "Oh, geez, we got a good goalie on our hands," and he kind of took off ever since then. So I'm super grateful to have him on, in the net for us.
How good is, in your history here, how good has the team been at washing, like, the frustration of hitting posts and missing nets? How good has the team been?
Yeah, I think we've kind of had a tough tournament in terms of producing offense and just bearing down on our chances. I think the chances have been there. We just got to focus on bearing down. And this whole tournament, I think we've struggled to finish on our chances. So at the end of the day, we know it comes down to one game, and we're going to make sure we're going to do our best to bear down on our chances and just do anything to win.
Have you been surprised by that? Because it really hasn't been a theme all year.
Yeah. I mean, we've been able to produce offense consistently all year, and I think this is kind of a 3-game stint where it's been harder to find offense and goals. So I have all the confidence in this group to turn it around in a do-or-die game when it's on the line. I've seen every guy on our team work all year, score in practice, and full faith in whoever gets these chances that we're going to bury them.
Okay, Moncton's kind of theme is let's keep hanging around. Is that kind of you don't want the path to end before it did last year, right?
Yeah, they're a good team. We know they're going to be ready to play. Both of the team seasons are on the lines, and it's going to be a hard fought game. It's going to be intense, and it should be a lot of fun.
Okay, thanks.
Dale, you guys head in against a second meeting against Moncton. What are the keys to this semifinal game?
Well, again, they're all tight games, and you got to play good defense and create offensively by playing good defense. So she's going to be a cat and mouse game.
Did they get better as the tournament went on?
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They were good the first game. So it was like 1-0, a 1-goal game. So they've been good from the get-go.
In your experience, does the intensity ramp up at this point, or is the tournament
the
format makes it?
Yeah, every game's important. Yeah. And, it's like tournament, like when you're playing kids, as kids, like these kids have been doing it all their lives, and they know tournament that it's one game at a time here, and the guys were down to a game on Friday.
How do you keep the guys from getting down when you're hitting the posts or missing?
No, you just keep shooting. You get good looks, and if you don't get good looks, and then you're in a lot of trouble.
Okay. And would Renee come in for Ryder, or have you decided?
Yeah, I think
that
so.
yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do a bit about Austin Elliott. I mean, it might seem obvious, but why did you want him, and were you surprised that he slipped through the WHL? Austin.
Oh, Austin! I didn't hear who you said first. You don't know. Again, that's hockey. It's a great thing about hockey. You get second chances, and you got a second chance, and he took advantage of it. And he's played well for us, super well. You can't ask for any more by a goalie.
Has that exceeded your expectations?
Yeah, like we watched him play. He was a good goalie. He was 3-0 out there. So, and so he came in, and we had a young goalie at the time, and he's a good goalie. He's going to be good, but he was young at the time, and he's 17, and we needed an older guy, and he fit the mold perfect.
Easton was saying that like he felt they were scoring during practice. The group was getting, and they get confidence out of that, translate to a game. I'm guessing. Well, Elliott wasn't there today, but in general, like, what's the balance there? Because you don't want your goalie to get burned in practice either.
No, they're kids. They're always challenging each other all year long, so they're used to that each way. Cheering when they score, cheering when you have a big save. So that makes it fun on the ice, the competition.
You've been coaching juniors since almost a quarter of a century. You've coached hundreds of players. Aside from hockey skills, what do you expect these guys to carry along after in their lives?
Oh, I definitely, they're kids when they come here. They're 16. They're just young guys, and they when they leave, they're men, and they bring it with them. The values, they have the good values, and these kids do.
What kind of values do you expect?
Like work ethic and how you treat other people.
Thanks.
Ask you a bit about one of those players you would have coached, Corey Perry. I mean, the Oilers might be going to the Cup final. I've lost count of how many Corey's played in, but I guess how amazed are you by what he's still doing?
He loves the game. To play till you're 40, he loves the game, and he shows it every night going out there and battling, and he's not dancing around out there. He's net front presence, so it's not easy in there. You got big men you're against, and it doesn't bother him. He scores big goals. He goes from fourth line to first line, and that's how first power play, and he's doing it at 40. It's a credit to him. He's been doing that all his life. He's a battler. He's a real winner.
I feel like I've heard him say that he's hoping to go till 45. I mean, when he was here, in London, 18, 20, like, did you see that?
Oh, he had a passion for the hockey. He loved hockey, and it's never changed. He still has the passion for it.
You'll be watching tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ask Rob Simpson to go play in net to improve the confidence of your shooters?
Well, Simmer with the defib was close.
It was lucky
because he was red-faced out there, and he wasn't very good.
Red on the back of his neck from the red light.
Oh, yeah, red in the face too.